Welcome to Son of Sotep. I'm Kem Sotep. Kevin Samuels is dead. You know that hurts. That man was the uncle that every young black man in America needed growing up. Somebody to tell us the unabashed truth about ourselves, our situation, and the fact that we need to shape up as men. And the thing that really hurts me is I know a lot of black women are going to be happy that this brother's dead just because he hurt their feelings, because he told them to have realistic expectations, to understand their sexual marketplace value as it relates to their physicality, as it relates to their social standing, to what they've done in their lives and where it's put them in, what realistic places put them. Kevin Samuels was airing the dirty laundry, and people hated him for it. But you know something that's funny? Kevin Samuels was giving men the business for years, and you never heard his name. Telling men to get fit, get married, stay married, take care of their responsibilities, work hard, get out of their parents' homes, and start being responsible. And there was hardly I never even heard his name while he was doing that. It's not until he started correcting women that he became so famous, or should I say infamous. That he was an asshole and this and that and all the worst names reserved for all the devils in every religion. He was those things because he was telling you black women the truth. I learned so much from that man. I didn't know that 70 some odd percent of black households in America was single mother household. I mean, I knew it in a subconscious way. And I used to wonder how black women did it, And it's not just black women, this is women in general, like how you guys did it as single mothers. But now I know. For the most part, you do it poorly. A woman cannot raise a man. The penitentiary is filled to the brim with men who were raised in single mother households. It's not good. It's not good to raise a child with the influence of one parent. A child needs both parents. A child needs a whole village. A child needs its parents. It needs all of his uncles and aunts, grandparents, great-grandparents. It needs all of that knowledge, all of that influence, all of that upbringing. The more, the better. You take all that away, you put a child with a single parent, you expect that child is going to be raised with no disadvantages. Kevin Samuels is the one who really opened my eyes to that, who taught me there's a difference between maintaining a child and actually raising one. I'm married, and he taught me all this. Man, the single guys must have really come up listening to him. You know what I'm saying? Here's a man who had the temerity to tell us the truth. He wasn't afraid to give it to us, to tell us the truth, where we were screwing up, what we were doing right, and how we needed to progress into the future. And the truth oftentimes hurts. But I guess it's a talent, man. I guess it's a rare talent I've cultivated through the years, to hear the truth, and after my feelings get done being hurt, consider it and consider how I could implement it into my life, and to be glad that I was told the truth. This is a Christian country, isn't it? Your Bible says that a wise man is glad to hear the truth. That a wise man will love you for telling him the truth, but he who corrects fools will suffer harm. Country full of fools. Because whenever you tell us the truth, we get angry instead of learning. People don't even listen anymore. They're just waiting for their opportunity to talk. But I sat down and I listened to that man, and I learned so much from him, and I'm a better man today because of Kevin Samuels. And it hurts me that he's dead. It's an untimely death. The black community, there isn't even a black community in America. There's no black, it's a myth. In a community, people own things. They own the grocery stores, the banks. They have a interest in the things that the services and the pillars of a community. The people in the community own those. Black people don't own. Show me where. The last time I read of a black community was Black Wall Street, and we know what happened to that. But Kevin was pointing out some things that were endemic to the black community, and we really needed to hear it, man. Better than I've ever heard anybody put it, with the structure, with the logic, And as harsh as his message was, I received it with love because I understood that, when you are chastised, it's for your betterment. And he was chastising us in a way that we desperately needed. I've read a lot on social media about how people are saying, oh, well, he was telling black women they're going to die alone. Look, he died alone in an apartment, blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, Kevin Samuels chose to be single. That man could have got married at any point in time that he wanted to. He was handsome, he was fit, he's intelligent, well-spoken, carried himself like a king, and you know what? He was well off. I don't know how well off, but I know he had money. And that man could have got married any day of the week. You're single because you have no choice. The people who are glad that that man died and are saying things like that, you're single because nobody wants you. It's not your choice. Because you can't do better. He could have not. That man was living exactly the type of life that he wanted to live. The lack of logic in some people is just crazy, man. The lack of logic is just crazy. How people think. So petty. So petty. How can you be glad for the death of another human being just because they said something that may have hurt your feelings? A human being glad for the death of another human being is like a fly being glad for the death of another fly. Human lifespan is short. When you go back and look at the lifespan of the planet, of the universe that we live in, the human lifespan is a blink. There's hardly any difference from someone who lives to be 30, 60, 90, and 120. We may have all died in the same day in a different hour. That's how brief human lifespan is. But that man in his 56 years has reached so many people, over 1 million followers just on YouTube. God only knows his other profiles and media platforms. He's reached millions of people, changed millions of minds. And you know what? Even though Kevin Samuels is gone, his legacy that he's left behind is still reaching people. So many red pill channels, men have come forward and started speaking on these issues. How the laws are skewed against us. How society is skewed against us and nobody really cares about men. Everyone just considers women's point of view, women's perspective. So many men are speaking up about this now, and a lot of that is because of Kevin Samuels and the information that he was putting out. The man has literally changed the world. Now he's gone, but the world is still changed because of his influence. Listen. In terms of this plane of existence, that is a type of immortality. And he's achieved it. What have you achieved? I don't know. I'm speaking to people who hate him. You guys are celebrating the death of your best friend. That man was a friend. He was. You should be sad. You're sad when DMX dies. Right? Some dude who's been rapping and telling you to shoot your brother and your woman's a bitch and all this gangster nonsense. He dies, people cry, they're sad. Movie stars, athletes, people who haven't done a damn thing for you or your communities or put any education in your head to make you a better person. You're sad. But somebody like that who was telling you the truth, that you need to shape up black women, you need to shape up black men. And these are the reasons why. And these are the consequences of you not shaping up. Somebody was brave enough to tell you the truth. He's your enemy, and you're glad that he's dead. I know that there's a lot of people like me who appreciate Kevin Samuels. I even believe that we're in the majority. But unfortunately, people wise enough to receive a message are oftentimes quiet people. People who are prone to reflect, prone to what's the word? Introspective people. We're not loud and demonstrative. It's usually ignorant asses who are very loud and demonstrative. And that's who I expect to hear the most from these coming weeks, But because your attention spans are extremely short and your IQ is very small, in a month or two, it'll be old news and you won't hear anything about it again. You'll be on to the next stimulus, I just want to say, Kevin, man, I really appreciate you, brother. Like, I thank you for the work you did, for everything that you taught me. You've made me a better man. I have a daughter, and she has a better father now, a wiser father because of you. I will not forget you, brother. Wherever you are, rest easy, man. Kevin Samuels is dead. Long live Kevin Samuels.